Hey, come on in and welcome to A Win is a Win podcast, where sports and everything else collide. Comfortable? All right. Let's go, Dr. T.
All right, it is time for season 3. That's right, y'all. Season 3 officially starts today. And welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. That's right. And what better way to start off season 3 but get into all of the rewind of Week 1's NFL action. That's right. NFL football is back, and you know we are going to break it all down. But as always, some things don't change around here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this podcast. And don't forget to tell someone to tell somebody else to join A Win is a Win. And hey, listen, thank you guys for running the numbers up. The YouTube channel has officially popped, and you can find shorts over there. You can find our videos when we are not posting the audio on Spotify or Apple Podcast. As always, wherever you get your podcast, thank you for running the numbers up and the views up over there. Lots of new things coming to the channel, so keep an eye out for that. Don't forget to hit the like button. It just keeps us in the algorithm and lets everyone know, hey, it's a podcast over here you might want to check out. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you know when a new episode drops. And if you really feel it, if you really liked what you pulled up to, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Now listen, over here, it don't cost you a thing. I'm not charging anybody for a good time, and we just hang out and we just chill and we just talk about sports, which is what we're getting ready to do right now. Listen, whether you are a Titans fan, a Browns fan, a Saints fan, a Dolphins fan, whoever you represent, NFL season kicked off with a bang, and the energy did not disappoint. Listen, from the thrilling last minute victories to the shocking upsets, I got to break this down, y'all, because we had some explosive moments and some teams got disappointed in the stories that made the opening week. To me, yeah, some of them were a little bit unforgettable. Let's start off with this one, though. Josh Allen. He said, hold on. If y'all are going to make these mistakes, I'm going to capitalize off of this, and I'm going to show y'all why they gave me the MVP. That's right. Josh Allen's Buffalo Bills showed up, and they, in the fourth quarter, marched all over top of the Baltimore Ravens and said, all right, it's up. Allen became the first player in NFL history to throw over 250 yards and rush for 2 touchdowns in a single quarter, rallying the Bills from a 15-point deficit. Listen, at some particular point in time in the game, the fans started to leave. All right, let's get to the car early. All right, let's pack it up, get through traffic. We might want to stop and get us something to eat on the way back home because we tired of this stadium food, you know, the hot dogs and all that. Stop at Cane's or whatever. In a blink of an eye after the fumble, it all the way went left for the Ravens, okay? Now, the game ended 41-40 with Prater's last second walk-off field goal. But it was all of the, how can I say it, the fallouts that led up to that. For example, if you got the ball in 8's hand or Derrick Henry, let's put the fumble aside, okay? Let's put the fumble aside. And even when you go back and you rewatch that play, I still think, you know, even though you want to stiff arm and Heisman pose like you can do, and get through traffic, sometimes it's better just to take the down and go on to the next play. That being said, the fumble happened. You get back on the field. Now you 4th down and you punt the ball away. Hold on. I have number 8. I'm putting it right in his hand. This is 4th down and you already have the lead. Listen, I'm doing whatever I need to do. Then if you watch throughout the game, this is not textbook Ravens defense. That defense totally collapsed and did not show up. No pressure on Allen, especially in that 4th quarter. Okay. And then you got to look at Allen's dual threat and his skill set. I'm talking about, you cannot let that man get loose. That man is 6'5", 200 and whatever, cornbread fed machine plow, snow plow, just running through people on the football field. And at some point in time, I think that the wind just got knocked out of the Ravens, and you can just see them just like give up, and it was just all Buffalo from there. So you got to give credit to where credit is due. Both teams, let me tell you something. If that was the last game of the season, fast forward, that game would be the game of all games. It was crazy. I'm talking about 2 MVPs the entire game. I'm saying, when you look at Lamar Jackson drop back in the pocket, and he has not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. He had about 9 Bills surrounding him, and he breaks every last one of them and gets out of that, and then runs for another 19 yards. I'm talking no. That was a good game. But somewhere, somehow, I think, and y'all jump down in the chat and let me know, the Ravens, okay? Something mentally in my head, I can't put the right word to it right at this moment, but it breaks down when it comes to like the lights are bright, those huge moments where they need to just pop off. Okay, because there's some type of mental breakdown. I cannot put my finger on it, but something just does not click right there. And, hopefully going forward, they can get to the Super Bowl and get to the chip, because what else is there? Lamar Jackson, you have 2-time MVP. Now, what else do we need to do now? Because now you got to show up in these postseason games. And if that was a postseason game, the entire team, especially defense, fell apart. Aaron Rodgers did not, though, even though it wasn't pretty. He still said, I can still ball. And he said that in his presser. And it kind of almost sprinkled in that little vintage MVP mode for his debut, but he led the Steelers to a road win over his old team, the Jets, finishing with 4 TDs. And he had no interceptions, but that's textbook Rodgers, 244 yards on the play during the game, And while how do I want to say this? I think while the play action was deadly, I think his tendency to hold on to the ball got him sacked those 4 times. But nonetheless, I think that what he did was, unlike when he was with the Jets and he, popped that Achilles or what have you, and he didn't really have anything to show. And then of course we go to the off season and we have all of this nonsense going on, and then he has to insert him. It's just all of the drama that surrounded him in that whole Jets situation. I think he's coming back of the mindset that I still can ball. Yes, I'm old. No, I can't move like I used to when I was a Packer. But I have enough gas in the tank to show y'all something. I have enough gas in the tank to get this team farther than where they have been previously. And I think he showed, spouts of that throughout the game here with the Jets. But he did show his brilliance and his vulnerability, in my opinion, in that game. Daniel Jones and the Colts. Listen. Okay. Now, I'm not entirely sure what is going on with the Colts and their, the whole QB, how do you say it? Their QB situation and their decisions that they made, and I figured, they're going to work that out however they need to. But Daniel Jones, after his 11, I guess you could say after an 11-year week 1 losing streak, put that nicely, his masterful performance with 2 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, and 22 of 29 accuracy to get the Colts the W over the Dolphins. We'll talk about the Dolphins later. I think it kind of ignited some optimism for the Indianapolis Colts fan. I don't want you to get too out of control now. Okay. Don't get too out of control. But it gave them a little bit of, okay, all right, now you got to keep this kind of business up. But we still have to talk about the Dolphins. So, not taking anything away from Daniel Jones. He showed up. He showed out. Couple rookies, though. J.J. McCarthy. He finally figured out, like, oh, I got Justin Jefferson. Damn. Whole time I've been over here trying to figure it out. I have Justin Jefferson. And once he figured that out, boom. Stepping up in the crunch time, he delivered that poised comeback over Chicago. And, earning those high, marks for clutch plays under pressure got him a whole lot of brownie points. But you didn't know you had Jefferson, though? Like the whole time, like he had to go damn near have a tantrum on the sideline for you to really just realize, like, oh, he been here the whole time. And we're not going to say it's no problems with them, but you just, like, did you have to go in the locker room and figure it out? Did you have to go on the sideline? Did somebody have to talk to you in your helmet? Like, yeah, no, he on your team, dog. You could throw the ball to him. I promise you. If he catch it, he's going to run and get points for you, not Chicago. But Caleb gave me the same vibes that he had at USC. And running all over the damn place in the pocket. Now, and that also has to do with the atrocity that is the Chicago Bears offensive line. Trash. Horrible. Horrible. I mean, didn't y'all just spend millions upon millions of dollars to obtain people? For this man to be running all over himself. But however, when you take that factor out, he does not seem poised in the pocket. He does not step up in the pocket. He does not seem comfortable whatsoever. And just like I felt like he did not deserve that Heisman. What did he lose, 5 or 10 games when he got that Heisman? Running all over the damn football field for his life. Think you know sports? Well, put it to the test on Sleeper Picks. That's right. Join me now and get up to $100 matched on your first deposit. Just use code MATCH. Don't sleep. Make your picks today. And it was flashes of that during this game. So then I had to sit and ask myself, like, well, damn, does he have, and this is year number 2 now. All right, don't pile up on me in the comments now. And I'm not being mean to the young brother, but I'm saying this is year number 2 in the National Football League. So I have to ask myself, like, does he have what it take for this league professionally? Because now we'll look up and we year 3, 4, possibly 5, and you still running around like you running away from insects and bugs. Is it a little animal chasing you on the field? Like, come on now. He needs some work. He needs to get with someone in the off season that he can work with, that is going to help him work on some of the things that he has issues with. Ashton Jeanty got his first touchdown. Popped his cherry. And flashed power with 37 yards, fueling that big win over the New England Patriots. Another rookie breakout right there. You got Krosky Merritt. Interesting for the Commanders. And he too, saw the end zone and contributed 38 yards in his debut. And he, to me, is proving Washington's youth movement on that team is for real, especially with Daniels. And then you have Emeka of the Bucks. I'm talking about, he racked up 67 yards. Let me get 10. No, I'm not satisfied with that. Let me get 20. Let me go ahead and get 40. Matter of fact, go ahead and make it a 60 piece and some change and 2 scores, including the game-winning catch, making an immediate impact for Tampa. So I think that Baker Mayfield has a good connection right there. That relationship might just go places. Some upsets, though. Them Chargers, though, with the Chiefs. Oh, they went down there to Brazil. Hold on. They said no partying. Stay in the hotels now. Now, y'all know what goes on down here in Brazil. When that plane lands, we are down here for business. Don't y'all be down there outside where y'all don't have no business. Okay? If you want something to eat, we'll bring it to you. Okay? Stay behind in the hotel room where you're supposed to be, because we are down here to take care of business. All right. Travis Kelce. Now these girls down here is jealous now because they thought they had a chance before you done went and got you the librarian. You didn't got engaged to the librarian. Okay. So that you definitely, of all people, needed to stay in a hotel so they wouldn't try to set you up with no photos or nothing else. But y'all went down there and Justin Herbert said, hold on now. Wait a minute. Y'all got slapped and smacked up in the Super Bowl. We saw it. All right. The Eagles They took a little bit of y'all juice and a little bit of y'all spirit. We need to capitalize on that. We saw y'all weaknesses, and before we let y'all power back up with Andy Reid, we need to go ahead and slap y'all down again. And that's exactly what they did. Stunned Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. I mean, I have no idea what they were doing. You got Kelston ran all into his own player and popped his shoulder out of control. A lot of the plays that they were running were just literally all over. Patrick Mahomes running for his life on the field, not as bad, but similar to Caleb Williams. I'm like, I have no idea what's happening with the Chiefs. They don't seem as poised and as put together. I mean, even Travis Kelce dropped passes. I really don't know what was going on, but I will tell you that the Chargers did not come to play. And when you look at the numbers, though, it's crazy because Mahomes still was racking up the yards. I mean, 258 passing yards, still tapped 2 touchdowns. So I'm not entirely sure what is going on with the Chiefs. And I think that loss that they took in the Super Bowl, it hit them differently. But we will see. It's just one game of week 1. And they are at the bottom of their conference since 2014. But, Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. But here's the thing. That's where it needs to stop. You can't keep leaning on him to make the plays. And that's exactly what I saw when I saw that. Like, it can't come down to, okay, Mahomes has got to do something in order for us to pull this off. Then, yeah, this is not going to work. It's just not. So I'm not entirely sure exactly what the answer is or how the Chiefs are going to look for the rest of the season. Will be interesting, though. Raiders, that 20-13 led by Max Crosby, disruptive defense. Ooh, we already talked about Ashton Jeanty. I mean, toppled over top of New England and on the road and in week 1. I'm not saying that this is indicative of their whole season, but I mean, and then when you look at going back to that upset with the Bills and the Ravens, the fact that, and I'm leaning on a kicker right now, flew him in from Arizona 12 or 13 hours before the game and had not kicked in quite some time. On the sideline, warming up for the kick of his life. Think about that for a minute. Prater is sitting, probably thinking to himself, like, I was just on a plane 14 hours ago. And I'm not just kicking a field goal just to kick this, tie the game up. We going to overtime and, whatever. No, this, you couldn't even script this any more better than how it played out. I'm not only here fresh off a plane. I have to kick this to win this with 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. It's got to go through the upright. Oh, that game was something else, y'all. Vikings 27, Bears 24. I mean, some of these upsets were crazy. And I'm saying the fourth quarter comebacks, though. Think about it. Crazy. And then you also have to stop and think, though, much like the Vikings, much like the Ravens, is that those type of comebacks cannot hold up for the rest of the year. You know what I mean? Like, the whole entire momentum shifted in that Bears game. The entire momentum shifted. And it was just helter-skelter for the Bears after that. Crazy. Well, you also have disappointments and struggles in week 1. And what I saw was our boy Russell Wilson. Yeah. Now we got to call it like we see it. This is not Seattle Russ, okay? And it's not early Russ of the Broncos. I mean, I think what happened was that preseason hype got faded out real quickly when that performance was left real flat with the Giants and struggling to move the ball and capitalize on all his opportunities. I think that just failed out real quickly. Now let's get to the Miami Dolphins. To flip back to Russ real quick, I'm not entirely sure if Dart starts. Right now, he's still listed as QB1. But if he gets better, I don't see them moving him out of that position. But he is on a 1-year deal. Russ is getting older as well. So, 1, how much longer is he staying in the league? 2, is he staying with the Giants? And 3, if this is going to continue, how many more teams are you bouncing around until you bounce out on these 1-year deals? Sometimes you age out of a position and you're just not the same as you once were, and that is okay. Or sometimes, perhaps maybe you have to fall back and play the 2 and not the 1. Never know. Dolphins. Listen, that Miami offense just dismantled, derailed, off the track, 18-wheeler, jackknifed all over the place. Scoring nothing. Flat donut. 0 until the 4th quarter. Nothing. Until the 4th quarter. So if we do this in minutes, let's see. Because so in minutes. Stay with me, y'all, for a minute. Hold on. Because I need to make this point, drive this point home. So for 3 quarters is 50, each quarter is 15 minutes. So for 45 entire minutes, and then we need to sprinkle in the commercials. Okay, so you get about an extra. So let's just say for 55 minutes, we'll give you extra 10. 55 minutes, you didn't score nothing. 0. Tua throws 2 picks, and then you fumble. Then you got to add the injuries to Waddle, Daniels, and the corner Duck in there, on top of the issues that they already had with Tyreek Hill saying he didn't want to be there. The coach, McDaniels, he's like a tech nerd genius who just so happened to get a job, who's trying to run the organization, run the football team like it's a AI-driven tech company from Silicon Valley. I mean, he show up like it's New York Fashion Week. And then when at the presser, I don't know what that man said at the presser. To repeat what he said sounds like some AI-generated computer Nonsense. And the only thing I got from Tyreek Hill was to sum it up from all of the PR guided wording. I don't want to be here no more. Let's just take all the icing off and all the cute shit. I don't want to be here no more. That's just basically how I got that complete flame out. Now, does he go back to the Chiefs? I don't know that either. Don't know that either because the Chiefs they need a wide receiver now. I'm just saying. But that was that organization needs to do something. And I'm going to tell you like this, McDaniels, the coach, no, good brother. You better hope that you start lowering the temperature in your practice facility very quickly to get them boys to start understanding what it is like to play in anything less than 60 degrees. Because if you don't, you will not have a job at the end before the end of this year. Forget about at the end of the season. You will be gone. Because all these excuses that they cannot play in anything less than 60, knock it off. Veteran sack victims. Rodgers. I mean, he comes back and he wins and didn't mask the 4 sacks from holding the ball too long, showing a lot of adjustments is needed for the Pittsburgh's new scheme. And I think that, just holding on to that ball a little bit too long definitely will flash. And from what I saw, it's flashing like, okay, let's go watch film. Let's sit down and figure out how we are going to adjust this. Because those schemes, whoever drew those up, oh yeah, those didn't work. So did the Colts break the curse? I don't know. Go on social media, you look at some of these pages and fan pages, and they are hoping that Indianapolis snapped their week 1 losing streak, and Daniel Jones's debut signaled a new chapter of hope. I think rookies changing the game right now from backs like Genty and Merritt to receivers like Uboka. I hope I'm saying his name right. Egbuka. I think that's how you say his name. The youth injection across teams shaped the opening week. And then you have that quarterback chemistry, the new faces under center, Rodgers in Pittsburgh, Jones in Indy, Caleb in Chicago. And they drove unpredictable outcomes. Like I said, this, even though they were not blowouts, okay, well, Rodgers took the W, Jones took the W, Caleb didn't get blown out, but it doesn't absolve him of the things that he needs to work on, or you're going to continue to lose games if you cannot critique yourself and work on those things. And the organization needs to recognize that you need to work on those things. I mean, with some riding the early momentum, Jones, for example, even Rodgers, I think that others are learning and will learn as this season goes with all of these new young talents to start to adjust under pressure. So, who's most likely? Let's get into some Q&A here. Leave your comments down in the comment section. Let me know exactly what you think about these. Who's most likely to keep keep the momentum going, is Josh Allen the early MVP favorite, or will Rodgers, Jones, or McCarthy surge ahead? I'm just trying to figure out where will Lamar Jackson end up this year? Because yes, I mean, he and Josh Allen will be in the top of that conversation. But how are you going to finish? Because here's the thing. Josh Allen got one, you have two. There's much more talk about you making this pop now that you have all the pieces that you didn't have before. You got Flowers is back. You got Henry. And I don't think that with the help that you have, you need to be as mobile as you need to be. I mean, don't get me wrong now. If you got to get loose, you got to get loose, but you shouldn't have to. Okay. But Josh still hasn't won a chip. Lamar still hasn't won a chip. Rodgers already has his with multiple MVPs. McCarthy is just technically playing his first year because of that injury. So what I'm looking for, and you guys jump down in the chat and let me know from this question, aside from who's most likely to keep the momentum, I want to know, is it really going to be time now for Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson to step up? Because the Achilles heel is the Chiefs, even though they don't look like the Chiefs that we are used to. Are the Dolphins at risk of a lost season if offensive problems and injuries persist? What you think about that? Let me know exactly what you think and which rookie will be the biggest story of 2025. Now, I'm going to give you who I think will be, but I am going to go with Jeanty. But is it going to be McCarthy, Jeanty, or Egbuka? Let me know exactly what you think down in the chat. I'll pin those in the comment section. But I'm going to go with Jeanty. Here's my poll question, though. The bigger poll question. Which week one storyline should we obsess over? Josh Allen's historic quarter, J.J. McCarthy's clutch debut, or the Chargers' stunning Chiefs in Brazil? Vote now on our poll, which will be pinned in the comment section. Don't forget to tag at A Win is a Win pod whenever you do. Listen, we have some fun things coming up. I will drop a little mini episode to explain all of the fun things that we have coming up on season 3. And check this out. If week 1 got the adrenaline pumping, this is your time to get comfortable for all of the updates, all of the new takes for a long football season. And listen, I'm hearing little spats here and there, like they probably want to try to make it 18 weeks. Now, what we gonna do? Have a Super Bowl in March? Lord, follow, subscribe, and drop a hot take to A Win is a Win. Don't forget to tag us. Don't forget the poll question. The top of the week we will have going into week 2. We are going to start having our top listener engagement. We will shout you out and we will start giving out prizes. Your voice is what gives the show the spark. Thank you so much for listening. Can the Chiefs bounce back as home underdogs against Philly and rewrite the narrative post Brazil? Which rookie QB keeps delivering under pressure as targets mount? And also going into week 2, are the Colts and the Vikings new forces, or did they just catch lightning on opening week? Lock in, y'all. It's football season. That's your week 1 NFL rundown here on A Win is a Win. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to run this down and tell somebody else to join A Win is a Win. Hit that notification bell so that you know when a new episode drops. You can catch us on Spotify for audio. You can catch us on Apple Podcast or wherever you get your podcast. Catch us on YouTube for all of our video YouTube shorts. You never know when you'll see me pop up on there with something fun going on. Catch us on Instagram at A Win is a Win Pod. And I will catch you next week. Peace.
If you enjoyed the content, please hit follow and subscribe. And remember to smash the notification bell so you can stay up to date on new episodes. Until next week.